Welcome to a brand new thing. Well, I say brand new. I'm pretty sure we've never actually played this on the channel. I could be wrong though. I need that old wizard guy in the comments down below to go through the archives and tell me, because I have dementia. But yeah, Collapsing World, Rise of Radicalism. A mod I'm pretty sure, like I said, I haven't played before, that has a very interesting concept. That concept being the barely alive mummifying corpse of John D. Rockefeller. Okay, just to start off, I'm just going to zoom in on a part of the world that just, it looks kind of normal, right, for the timeline. We start in 1922, and if I slowly zoom out, you may notice a couple things are different. So essentially the premise of this mod, from what I quickly read on the mod page, is World War I never really went anywhere. They weren't able to beat Germany, and in the end, a lot of revolutions just kicked off, and like the mod name, it led to a rise of radicalism throughout the world. So for the most part, every country collapsed, the empires disintegrated, except for Portugal. Portugal seemingly has grown a little larger. British Empire collapsed in Africa, and within a millisecond, they had found their way back. Now, for the most part, a lot of countries do actually have focus trees and content with them, but I think a lot of it is actually situated all through the German states over here, who have the most amount of content. As such, I reckon I'm going to play one of these states. So we do have quite a few to pick from. We have the Free German Syndicates, we have the German Republic, we have the Spartacus, they are actually kicking about. The Polish Liberation Army, don't reckon we're going to play them. Quite interesting though, we have the Polish Liberation Army, and then we have the Polish Belarusian Military District led by Tukhachevsky, the Red Napoleon himself. Then we have the Bavarian Soviet Republic, we have the Wehrkommando Dusseldorf under von Mackensen, and then we have the Freikorps, which I think I'm gonna give a go with. I also guess honorary mention down here to Liechtenstein. That's right, they made the cut. Ooh, okay. So if you want to get yourself a little bit of lore right here, I'm gonna read this after, but I'll slowly just go ahead and pan through that if you really want to know what's going on here. If you can't read, how did you get here? Oh, before we get into this, I guess there's a sale on Paradox Games right now on Steam and on their website. And if you actually click my link down below, I actually get myself a percentage share for all the sales that go through their website. Now, sales on until August 12th. And like I said, if you do buy something on their website, it does give a small commission to me. And you do get a Steam key if you buy it through the website. But since the sale's on and you're going to play HOI4 or buy HOI4 DLC, you could help a bro out. But yeah, link for that down below. And thank you to everyone that does use that link. It does actually add up if, you know, enough people do it, and I can actually buy stuff like dementia treatment. Okay, boys, welcome to the warlord state of the Freikorps down here. And I do mean that literally. We are a warlord state. Currently, we are led by Wolfgang Kapp up here, and no cap, he is the leader. We do have quite a few bad things going on for our nation. A lot of them are definitely going to put us on the back foot for the majority here, and I'm assuming with our push for reunification of Germany, we'll get a bit better, hopefully. Ooh, yeah, we don't have much of an industry either. Oh, okay. Mods actually changed up the tech here a little bit. We just have this infrastructure folder thing as well, which enables to... Oh, so infrastructure you then have to research for. Okay, interesting. Very random for them just to put that in, but okay. And then this infantry is different, and I think everything else is exactly the same, unless I've missed something here. I mean, they've changed the logo. I guess this is a work in progress type deal. Okay, moment of truth. Pièce de résistance here is the focus tree hecking. Oh boy, she's packing. She is packing a bit of heat in here. I have no idea where to begin. We do have a few things over here that will help us out a little bit, and you can already see some of the paths that we could end up with later, but I think the majority of our huge paths, the big things we will be doing, do come after we've actually got the reunification of Germany, if I've read it all correctly. But yeah, this is a lot to decipher. right now, but I'm just going to start by working on the army straight away. Because we are a warlord state, and thus our army is the state. On top of that, I mean, we do have quite a few troops to begin with. They're not great, I won't lie. I'm not really sure what we're cooking with this tank one either. I've just got a bit of artillery there. It kind of completely defeats the purpose of this tank division with like an actual artillery piece in there. Like, it's 4 kilometers right now. If we take that out, boom, it goes up to 5.1 kilometers. If you want to put artillery in, here's a little tip. There's something called motorized artillery. So I'm not really sure at what point this is all gonna kick off and who's gonna be fighting who here. So I should probably prepare to fight on every front here, which means we're going to need a lot more troops, a lot more than 7, which is what we currently have. We're not too bad on military factories, though, I'll give you that. We do have enough right here. The only thing that we're held back on is obviously our resources. We don't have a dime. All right, so I reckon we don't even bother building at the start here. We just straight up trade for steel so that our factories we do have just start pumping things out. I also might just get rid of building trucks and just go straight in on guns here. Okay, now for the rest of the world, since we haven't covered it too much, Asia in general absolutely just exploded. Everyone, actually it's not too dissimilar from the actual IRL situation in China. But the Russians, on the other hand, oh, it ain't looking good. We do still have Lenin kick around. It's 1922 currently. I'm not too sure if he's going to be around much longer, though. We also have the Russian state over here of Kolchak looking extra punished, and for the most part the rest of the world doesn't look, you know, too bad. Obviously the Ottomans have also collapsed. The British Empire not fully collapsed, but they are led by Mr. John Fuller himself, which is kind of funny if you know too much. For the most part, they did get kicked out of Africa as well, and they no longer have the dominions. I'm assuming down to the fact that John Fuller is in control and they are an ultra-militocracy, which means I don't think democracy is still around. Europe isn't too bad for the most part. Obviously, we do have the Polish-Belarusian military district, which I imagine is going to be a bit of a problem for us at some point. Italy is Italy. The Sicilian Mafia, though, hey, gabagool. Now, the US is one that's kind of interesting as well. We do have the Kingdom of Canada over here with the Emergency Parliament. Maybe the royal family out of the UK over to Canada. I can only assume that, considering Kaiser Reich is living rent-free in everyone's mind. And then the US of A, baby, under... Hey, smooth skin. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not too sure it'd be a pretty place to be living under John Rockefeller, but yeah. Where is it? There you go. Uninstitutional slavery. Oh! Cap! No Cap! For real! Oh, Cap's dead. Violence erupts in the streets. Great! Oof, it's alright though. We do have Gustav. Gustav has stepped up. No idea who this is, but we've got him. Alright, I'm assuming Cap was no Cap, keeping everything held together in our little warlord state, though, because as soon as he's died, the leftists, the radicals, they're getting uppity. And I'm not joking around here. I don't think this guy's going to cut it in keeping them down. So we're going to elect ourselves a new leader. Okay, here's one thing I do really like about this mod already. I've got an event popped up right now, and it does just straight up say each option is only... Oh, sorry, I can't actually read this because it's such a horrible text, but each option is only for flavor. These do not affect the current paths. Thank you for telling me. Oh yeah, I think that's one of the most handy things one of these mods have ever put in their event files right there, even if it is a little unreadable. Okay, again, another very useful thing the mod has put in when choosing our leader, which is essentially choosing the path we're going to go down. It will actually tell you how much content is in each path right here. So this has reunification content and some post content. This has post reunification content, so I'm probably going to go for the one that just has the most stuff to do. I guess because I kind of said I was going to keep Gustav around, we will go with Ernst Room, and I think that already kind of settles what type of Germany we're going to be playing today, if you know who Big Ernie is. I hate that graphics. So oh, shout out to my Muslim Albanians. Good work on the Catholic insurgency being put down. What are you telling me? What am I going to do about it? Well, that is most certainly one way to bust a monopoly. Oh, I guess that monopoly did really go bust in America. I can't actually zoom in any further because one of those factions down there has a very interesting name that I reckon YouTube won't like. But let's just say there's a lot of people in HUDs down there. I'm not going to go any further detail. Oh, we also do have the Ford Motor Company. And if you thought maybe Rockefeller was a little dystopian, I get the feeling it might come back. I'm a bit, oh god, the flag. You ask bro if he united the Shibbity Shanma state, and he hits you with that Marlin stare. Well, we've gone ahead, kept going down our focus tree under Big Ernie, and we have set up our new syndicalist state. National syndicalism, I may add. And already I'm looking at our focuses coming up, and things are about to get very hot very quick. Not entirely sure if I'm ready to be fighting everyone, but I guess I am. Oh, I guess we could also go have a chat with a big Mussolini down there. He is still alive, or I guess still existing, or power. I don't know how to really put this, but he's down there with a hat on. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I don't like the Bavarian Council Republic's leader's sunglasses. I don't like them at all. Okay, so we have our first declaration, and it is for, this guy stayed up here. So obviously we're fighting through the Rhine here, so the rivers are going to be a bit of an obstacle, but I have just got myself a bit of a free break for up there, and I've got some troops ready just to put out and rush right on in there. So hopefully we can cause ourselves a little bit of chaos behind the lines here. That worked! That filled me with a bit more confidence. There's one enemy down, and now we just, we have a bit more of an easier front line here. Okay, this time I'm just going to demand the annexation of the Bavarians. We'll see if they say yes or no, but considering how cool this guy's shades are, I don't think he'll say yes. Ooh, the German Republic is also fighting these guys over here as well. The Spartakists are rising up. It's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna win there, but I am kind of happy that they're weakening each other, because then I can just go in after. Told you, the shades, they're too powerful. He said no, so I'm gonna have to say yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Just a shout out mod developer. I'd love if you actually invaded these guys after, and then just for whatever reason your leader had those shades on. That'd be funny. Yeah, this is such a schizo tree. I love it so much. I love when you get down here towards the end, after we've, we're dealing with our Bavarian occupation. There was no Bavarian Soviet. We will tear down every statue, every red coat of paint, every comic block, every single copy of Das Kapital and Manifesto will be burned. There was no Bavarian Soviet. Nothing happened on the 6th of April in 1990. So I did go ahead just manually justify on these guys up here, because I don't want to have to wait around too much. I want to get Germany unified as quickly as we can here. Looks like the German Republic's going to fall as well, so I guess I will just justify on these guys, just assuming, unless the German Republic makes one hell of a comeback, that they're not going to be around. Okay, they have literally just capitulated the Republic there, and I'm just going to declare on them straight away and not give them an inch of breathing room. Oh, just got a bit about the death of Lenin. I was going to say it's going to be interesting who takes over, but I guess we have our answer. That took no time or effort at all. I'm assuming they were pretty weak, though, just from fighting the Republic. We can't restore the fatherland just yet. I mean, it says we can, so maybe I just need to... No, I guess we can't do it right now. Maybe I do actually have to go ahead and finish off the Polish Liberation Army down here, which I'm already working on. Oh, so after our, well, essentially recapturing of Germany here, we can forge ourselves a new Reich, and... Oh, God. Well, we've entered the void. Hold on. Okay. Exile all the woke leftists. All right, boys. I know it's probably early days, but we could have come up with a better name for this. Nice. Germany is back. We can hit restore the fatherland, and that will turn us into the Deutsches Reich. And there you go. We're no longer staring into the void, and the flag has changed. One chick. He got them! I think we should probably focus on getting ourselves a bit more research capability here. We are currently still stuck on 3, and it's 4 years into the game. In all fairness, I did have to absolutely rush just everything military there. So now we can take a little bit of a break. Although the Polish-Belarusian military district is currently fighting the Western... So let me just bend my head. Volunteer army up there. And I think it might be a bit of a, a free strike right there. So I'm just going to put a little arrow into their backside. Well, I don't really get anything there. I mean, I got 2 states. And, maybe at some point I'll come back for the rest. Like, I'm not going to do it. I've already got an aggression pact with them. We're taking a break. It's just so tempting to just hit the button all the time. I think we've got enough research slots now, and I've caught up. The economy is pretty far behind for how long we've realistically been playing, but the civilians are tracking up that I think I can get away with a cheeky little fight. Plus, it will only take me like 25 days to get a justification going on the Western Cossack government. and I don't think it's in my benefit for them to go down, but I do want their land, because they are actually winning against the Russians over here. But considering to my west, the French are just getting more and more powerful. They've taken over the Benelux and all of Italy. I should probably keep expanding. I thought that was going to be a much better peace conference, I'll be real. I also, they just... I think we're going to have to just go straight in on the Russians now. Yeah, I think we're going to have to teach them a lesson or two. Okay, guys. So I'm just preparing for my eventual offensive into Russia here. I was letting them grind on me a little bit because, you know, we do be freaky like that. And I took a little look to my left, and I don't like that. I think I just completely collapsed the north there. Okay, well, if the collapse of the north wasn't cool enough, I'm about to get the collapse of everything right here. Their entire army, for the most part, is now encircled right here. I think that might be all she wrote for Russia. Speaking of all she wrote, I've just noticed Britain is now beige. Yeah, another puppet for the French throne right there. Edmund Tyrant doesn't exist, apparently. Now, I don't think I'm going to take all of Russia here. I'm going to be real with you. I think I'm going to set up quite a few puppets instead. There we go. So the Western Cossack government is back, albeit not so much west anymore, far more east. And I did help myself over to the Caucasus. I really do need oil, so actually having some on the map, even if it is pitiful compared to vanilla, it's still helping. And then we got ourselves a Ukrainian and Belarusian puppet, which is great. I could probably now focus on dealing with probably the French. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking as well, if we are going to end up fighting the French here, we'll send Navy situation. Okay, they actually have one. It doesn't look too big, but it's probably bigger than mine right now. This wasn't even mine. This is just what I just took off everyone I've beat. I guess before we go in on the French, we're also going to have to deal with the Czechs and this little Eastern Entente that is still around. They're pretty powerful. They've been around for quite a bit, but I reckon we might be fine here. Not sure if it's a hindrance or a benefit for me that the Hungarians aren't in this faction and they're just kind of sat there on the couch, cautiously watching. Okay, I'm assuming I should have done that way earlier before they were in that giant faction, because as soon as the Czechs capitulate, just white piece me out with the rest of the guys. I guess since I got a truce with the rest of the guys, we'll just take care of Hungary. So I have to capitulate in the Balkan Entente, whatever the hell that thing was called down there. I think we're ready to take the French on. The Navy's getting there. It is under production, and it should be ready, I think, pretty soon. Yep, the time has finally come. Liechtenstein can be no more. And I do think I may have gone a little overboard with the invasion force. Well, here we are, finally dealing with this French menace, this absolute behemoth in the middle of Europe, the axis of reaction. All right, now first things first, I've got an absolute ton of submarines that I reckon need to go find some friends. And then we do have our navy. Most of these ships I did build myself, but some, if you can't tell, don't belong to me, like the Yugoslavia and Cumbo. Yeah, now the question is, do I just have to capitulate France here? I do, because everyone else is just their puppet. They have made quite the empire for themselves. And also, we are in 1934 right now, which means we have been playing for like 12 years in-game time. So there's a lot of troops. We're going to have to pause this for a bit. We're going to have to take down the French Air Force, which we are absolutely destroying. Oh, well, we pushed through the Benelux, and I think I've seen this one before. I don't think there's going to be any miraculous escape across the channel, though, this time. Oh, God, I just looked at the casualties here. Yeah, okay. I guess if you love the Maginot so much, you can just go there and die. Well, I have no idea where to begin here. Well, I think we are definitely done here. And look at the state of the world. I'm actually surprised, but the US did reform at some point, and it's MacArthur that did it. Same can't be said for Canada. They never came back. You know, something's definitely different about South America too. I just put oh, wait, no, there you go. It's the exiled British government. But I genuinely had a lot of fun in this mod. It was pretty damn good, and I want to give it another go, but I'm not too sure who I should play. So if you have any suggestions, definitely leave it down in the comments down below and let me know who I should look at next and who's fun. I think it's probably going to be Russia, but which Russia, I'm not too sure. Maybe you can let me know. I definitely don't want to play anywhere in Germany again. I think I've definitely done enough here. And yeah, it was definitely one hell of a wild ride, especially some of these focuses, which, I mean, as you saw, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, if you like the video, you want to check them out, it'll be linked down below. And also, go get yourself some stuff on sale on the Paradox sale with my referral link down below. I get stuff from it, so that'd be good. Goodbye.